Deadlines festgesetzt für einen Fall. Groß, 107 Kilogramm schwer, aus Brüssel, Belgien, der wXw European Champion, the Young Savage, Ricky Sosa!
Let me give you a quick translation of what my good friend and colleague Tommy Neeson just said in the ring. Strap in, you're in for a fight you didn't know you needed to see, and then it will include our champion, the European champion, Ricky Sosa. A man who is a fresh early 20s, 22 years old as a young man. But my God, the amount of talent, the potential, and just his quick eruption on the scene here at wXw is, I'd almost say second to none, but I'd more so say second to his trainer and mentor, Mike DeVecchio.
Seine Gegner.
This match will be champion versus champion. Their European champion is in the ring. And his opponent is piping hot.
Der Gegner, 1,80 Meter groß, 91 Kilogramm schwer, from Coffeyville, Kansas, USA, amtierender WWE ID Champion, Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones.
The WWE ID Champion. The first ever WWE ID Champion, Cappuccino Jones, makes his debut for wXw. And this is a match that I've been incredibly excited about. That is very hotly anticipated on my end. Two young men who will be plastered all over their respective continents for the very foreseeable future. And they go head to head, face to face, here in Bielefeld, here at Westside Extreme Wrestling. The mind games are already starting. Jones getting right in the face of Ricky Sosa. Sosa unbothered. Jones is getting right into Sosa's face. And important to remember, non-title action. Neither of the championships are on the line. Sosa trying to get into, Jones trying to get into Sosa's head, asking him, why aren't you putting it on the line? Of course, the European Championship can only be contested between two European competitors. And it's a championship that is very young here at wXw, and already what a pedigree it's had. The first ever champion, Aigle Blanc, representing France, who will be facing off against, speaking of WWE, who will be facing off against All Ego for the NXT North American Championship. You will know him under the name Elio Lafleur. The second man to hold that championship, Belgium's own Mike DeVecchio, also now signed to WWE. Ricky Sosa, one of Mike DeVecchio's trainees. And a lot of parallels between Sosa and DeVecchio in so many different facets. Both men incredibly agile and yet incredibly powerful with their large frames. And both men erupted on the scene here at wXw in a very similar manner. As soon as DeVecchio arrived, he was already a viral hit. DeVecchio carved himself quite a path here at Westside Extreme Wrestling before being signed by WWE. And I would venture to say Sosa's no different. Heaps of potential. You could say the same thing about Cappuccino Jones. However, the one thing that does worry me about Jones is I've been following his career for quite a while. And I was excited at the prospect of having a conversation with him, but very quickly through the conversation, I have to say, a bit of a bad impression on my end. Because it seems to me like Jones has built up a bit of an attitude. He's not quite as down-to-earth as I thought he'd be. Of course, now the cover comes in. Maybe a quick win, but my goodness, look at that by Sosa. Cover back on from Sosa. Jones stays alive and Sosa stays in control. Goodness gracious. And Jones, of course, say that ego that I've been talking about with Jones, I think he's underestimating Sosa, and that might be his poison right here. Of course, Jones now being flown into Europe on this tour. Confidence can be your greatest weapon, but in this moment right now, I'd say it's his biggest weakness. Sosa hitting the ropes, coming right back, ducks under. Jones trying to catch him off. Sosa, however, reacting very quickly. Look at that athleticism. Jones, however, outsmarting Sosa. And Sosa comes right back with that kick. This is going back and forth. Both men has now rolled up. Could have had him right there, did Sosa. The boot coming right back and forth, real quick between these two men. Bang, bang. No Sosa, however, as the shoulder comes back into Jones. What incredible athleticism by Ricky Sosa. When's the last time you saw an arm drag that deep? Sosa standing as now rushing into those ropes. Oh, hold on, caught right back by Jones. I think Sosa was anticipating Jones keeping up with him, but I don't think he thought he'd keep up with him that much. What a hit by Jones! And that was a shot of espresso. You see there, Jones tapes up that right hand, and it's exactly for that punch right there. That shot of espresso is more so gonna put you to sleep than wake you up. Sosa completely rocked. Jones now showing his quality, showing why he's the very first WWE ID champion. Both men debuted in 2022. Both men incredibly young, and it's the level that they're competing on already at this stage. Unbelievable. Cold brew, and I'll say an even cooler attitude. You see now Jones going into the ring and coming right back, but the crowd is getting under his skin, it's clear. Sosa still laid out after that punch. However, I have to wonder if maybe Jones, his ego now becoming a weakness again, because he's given Sosa a lot of time to recover. Gets that elbow right in and a cover, but then a kick out from Sosa. Maybe if Jones had thrown him into the ring earlier and gone for the cover, it might have been enough. There now Jones mocking Sosa. Gaining control of the young man from Belgium. The young savage trying to find his way back up to a vertical footing against Cappuccino Jones, who's really gotten a foothold right here. As Sosa looking to push him back. Throwing that blow onto Jones. Jones slow, getting onto the ropes and flying right back with that back elbow. And you notice with every successful action, Jones getting more and more happy with himself, more and more confident, more and more cocky. Now raining those punches down onto Sosa. Sosa trying to protect himself with his one free arm. And Cappuccino Jones really wasn't what I was expecting. Speaking of his in-ring talent, that is clear in droves as now he goes for the win, and yet it's not enough, but it's his attitude, it's that mentality. No fans now. Confirming to Jones. Maybe that coffee is not as hot as he thinks it is. I think he's the only one that's sipping on his coffee. He keeps on jaw jacket. Now Jones rushing in. Sosa gets out of the way. Jones misses. Sosa now trying to string back some offense, gain back some control here. The ropes right there. Sosa flying out onto his feet. My God. DDT. No. Sosa hits the brakes. And now, looking for that stomp. Out of the way goes Jones. Things have suddenly gone to fourth gear here. Now going for the fourth, or from the fourth to the fifth. Jones, though, getting the knees up right onto the spine of Sosa. DDT to the turnbuckle. Sosa must be out. Oh, still awake. Still awake is Sosa. And that's the creativity of Jones. He noticed that Sosa adapted the first time. He sees a DDT coming, so he just plants him into that turnbuckle instead. Cover again by Jones. Sosa finds a kick out, a meager kick out it is, however. Crossface now applied. Sosa is in a heap of trouble here. Jones, his hands across the face. Sosa uses the momentum, gets into a cover, and Jones, oh no. I was gonna say Jones has to let go to free himself, but no, instead Jones pushes himself back in. See Sosa trying to get to the ropes, had a little bit of more freeway, and hold on, gets onto him again, and again. Look at that. Most competitors let go in that moment, but the fact that Jones has the wherewithal and the ability to push Sosa back into position, and he noticed that his grip was slipping, and now he switches it. Jones almost presenting Ricky Sosa. Sosa, so far from the ropes, or so close, but oh so far, finds it. But has the damage already been done? And for Jones, his goal is very simple, very clear. I've heard rumors that when Cappuccino Jones accepted coming to wXw, he handpicked, he chose, and he requested Ricky Sosa. Jones has been doing his homework. He knows that he's one of the top young talents on his continent, and he knows that Sosa is making waves. And that's what it's all about, what he just said. He wants Sosa to learn who he is. Sosa manages to save himself. Jones still going for that shot of espresso again. What a German suplex by Sosa. Jones is grinding away at Ricky Sosa. Sosa, however, seems like he's more resolute than ever. As now flying in with those uppercuts. Jones is dazed. Sosa gets him. What a kick! Flush to the head. Sosa to the top rope, into the moonsault. Hook, line, and sinker. Into the leg, the cover, almost the win. And Sosa is shocked. Jones looks like he's in no man's land. Sosa setting him up for that blue thunder bomb. Wonderfully done. Unbelievable mobility. A cover right back from Sosa. Both men very quickly back up to their feet. Now Sosa swings. Jones caught him with that cutter. Pops him up. Gets the cutter. Bang, bang. Sosa in Bielefeld. Jones still kicks out. Jones kicks out. And I told you to strap in. I told you need to see this. Well, here's what else you need to see. The 24th of January, back to the roots in Oberhausen. Before we move on to Leipzig, then Hamburg, and then 16-karat gold from the 6th to the 8th of March. Get your tickets at events.wxw-wrestling.com. Sosa will definitely be there, defending that European Championship. The question is, will he leave Bielefeld with a victory over the WWE ID champion? And that is the key thing here. Both men here are champions. It is a battle of champions as now Sosa look for that Blue Thunder Bomb. Jones now manages one. Incredible creativity again from Jones. Sosa thrown out of the ring. What a hit there. Sosa on that apron, flying across and got it with that. That wasn't a drop kick, that was a ground to air missile. And gets him with that half and half, the half and half for the win. Sosa with the kick out. And if anything is going to get under Jones's skin, if anything is going to irk Jones right now, it's the fans chanting for Ricky Sosa. And keep in mind, this is Sosa's third official wXw match. Sosa trying to get at Jones, and now Jones floating like a butterfly, hitting like a bee, but maybe a little too sure of himself in that moment, gets caught by Sosa. Sosa looking like he's winning that exchange as both men slugging it out. Will it be Jones? Will it be Sosa? That's the question as Sosa gets him right in there. The styles clash into the cover. Sosa with the win. Now a kick out. Cappuccino Jones is still awake. And Sosa looks like he's seen a ghost. One thing's for sure, Bielefeld loves it. Bielefeld are enjoying every second of this match. But now with 15 minutes in, you have to wonder who has what it takes to come out victorious. It might be Sosa. Instead he's caught with a DDT all the way from hell. Looking up at that head, a shot of espresso. And he's calling it the Decapitator. Sosa put to sleep. Cappuccino Jones on top. No. Jones on the brink of tears, almost pleading with referee Tessunoyum. It's not Jung he should be paying attention to, it's Sosa. It's not coffee on his mind, I think he's getting lost in the sauce more like. That's Jones now. He's still got one ace up his sleeve. He's feeling froggy, looking for that froggy brew. Jones took too much time, gave Sosa too much. Sosa trying to catch out Cappuccino Jones, both men, however. And this is a very dangerous position for both men. Sosa pushed off, flips across, lands on his feet, gets a drop kick that makes a little bit of space. He has to stay on top of things, though. He gets up there. Sosa and Jones on that top rope. Blue Thunder Bomb all the way down for the win.
Der Sieger in diesem Fight, der wXw European Champion Ricky Sosa.
There are some young men in this wrestling business where when you see the names on paper, you know it's gonna be unbelievable. You know you're gonna need to polish your eyes. But even then, even with that mindset, it's unbelievable. The brain can't possibly interpret what your eyes have seen. Sosa and Jones put on a hell of a display. And if there's anything you leave this match with, it's that these two men, one representing Europe, one representing the US, will be champions of their continent for years and years to come.